This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension, new values, and a new experience.
Welcome to the Ghee Spot podcast. I'm your guide, Katie Silcox, bringing you your weekly self-love soundbite. Join us for conversations around sex, spirit, and all things self-care. All things self-care. All things self-care.
This is a journey into sound.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
You are a Ghee Spot podcast with Katie Silcox.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ghee Spot. I'm Katie Silcox, your guide and your host of this podcast. And we just wanted to welcome you and give you a little bit of a background about what this is all about. What is the Ghee Spot? What is ghee? Ghee is Indian clarified butter. The French also use it. And you may be wondering, what does butter have to do with this podcast about women and sexuality and self-care and spirituality? The ghee is the most refined aspect of the butter. And so it goes from the cow eating grass to milk, to that milk being churned into butter. And then that butter is taken and boiled down, and all the solids of the milk fat are removed. And what you're left with is this essence of the cow. And the cow in Indian culture and Hindu Vedic philosophy is this most beautiful sacred animal, because the cow just gives freely. She gives of her milk to anyone that will be there for taking it. And so the essence of this cow is, according to this tradition, really love. And so the Ghee Spot is about us really tapping into the essence of who we are, which is this thing called love. And so that's really what the podcast is about. But we're also really excited about neuroscience, new findings in sexuality, pleasure, the tantric arts of meditation, self-care. My background is in Tantra and Ayurveda. And so the podcast will be very heavily reliant upon Ayurvedic medicine and Ayurvedic self-care. We have a whole podcast on what is Ayurveda. You should check that out later. What is Tantra? And so if you're curious about these things, we have some great episodes coming up for you around that. What motivates me? What motivates me is you guys. I've been a traveling yoga teacher for the past almost 10 years. I wrote a book called Healthy, Happy, Sexy, Ayurveda Wisdom for Modern Women. And I've been a very long time student of the arts and philosophies of yoga, Ayurveda, and Tantra. And what motivates me is really offering these teachings that have been so incredibly beneficial, life-changing, evolutionary in my life, to be able to share it with you guys, hopefully in a way that's practical, accessible, modern, and appropriate for the time and the place that we all find ourselves in right now, which is an interesting time and place. We are going to have so many amazing people on this podcast, most of them close friends of mine in the fields of psychology, astrology, neuroscience, Tantra, yoga, all things spirit, self-care. We just are so excited about the amazing voices that I want to give a platform to that may not be the most well-known voices in the yoga world. My intention is also to provide a home on this podcast where we can talk about issues that may be contentious, issues that you may have never heard of, new ideas around how to practice yoga, new ideas around what yoga even is. And so what really motivates me, and one of my main goals with this podcast, is to offer, especially women, a home where the feminine forms of the lost yogic arts from many different cultures, not only India, can have a home where we as women can revive a very much lost lineage of how a woman finds her spirituality. this is going to be and is already a home for a woman who's looking for her own spiritual sovereignty. And we call this the lineage of love because that really is the primary motivating factor behind not only me as the founder of Shakti School, but also the women and men that are attracted to this way of looking at reality, which is one based on compassion and also ferocity when needed. We hope that you will become a part of the Ghee Spot. You can join us. We have a website, theshaktischool.com. You can check us out. I'm Katie Silcox. You can find out more about me at katiesilcox.com. And we just really look forward to having you a part of our show. Thank you, guys.
फूटे फूल अपन सुखे फूटे फूल